Hey friend, welcome back to the show. You may have noticed the podcast art is changing a bit. As I started to talk about last week, we're stepping into a new season together, and I want to take you behind the scenes and share why the podcast is rebranding, what's staying the same, what's changing, and why I believe this shift matters deeply for me and for you. If you've been part of this community for a while, you know that this podcast began as the Grace-Filled Leader. It was born out of my own journey of wrestling with people-pleasing, leadership challenges, and learning to walk in God's grace instead of my own striving. And let me tell you, that message is still very much just as relevant today. And God has also been shaping my path over the last few years. I felt Him nudging me towards something bigger, something more holistic, and that's what I want to share with you today. Do you want to recharge your energy, renew your mental clarity, and rebalance your hormones? Well, you are in the right place. Welcome to Align Vitality, the podcast that offers faith and functional health strategies for high-achieving, health-conscious professional women in midlife. I'm your host, Tanya, a certified functional health practitioner, leadership coach, and fellow midlife woman who knows what it's like to look strong on the outside while struggling silently on the inside. Here, we get real about anxiety, brain fog, belly fat, burnout, and hormone challenges that women face in perimenopause. And more importantly, we talk about the path to healing. Each week, you'll find practical strategies and faith-fueled encouragement to help you restore your God-given energy, peace, and joy. If you're ready to stop pushing through and start thriving in the abundant life you were created for, let's get after it. This is Align Vitality. I want to be totally transparent here. Rebranding the podcast wasn't something I decided overnight. It's been a gradual process of listening to God, listening to you, and paying attention to my own growth. When I started this show, the main focus was leadership and mindset from a faith perspective, and those are still foundational pillars. But over and over again, I kept hearing from and seeing women like you, professional women in midlife, often in healthcare or leadership roles, who weren't just struggling with team dynamics or time management. They were tired, exhausted, burned out, feeling stuck in their own bodies, dealing with perimenopause symptoms, stress, weight changes, brain fog, sleepless nights. The kind of things that don't show up in a leadership manual but absolutely affect how you show up as a leader, a wife, a mom, and a woman of faith. And that resonated with me because that's part of my story too. So God began to open my eyes to a bigger mission. Not just equipping women to lead well, but helping them live well, to thrive in midlife, not just survive it. And part of stepping into that calling has meant rolling up my sleeves and going back to school. I've been working hard on my certification as a functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner because I want to serve you with both lived experience and professional tools that get to the root of what's draining your health and your vitality. It has been stretching, humbling, and exciting all at the same time, and I truly believe God is using this season of study to prepare me to pour into you in even deeper ways. Now, let me reassure you, the heart of this podcast is not changing. Here's what's staying the same. This is still a faith-rooted space. Everything I share flows out of my own walk with Christ. I will still talk about leadership and mindset because those are critical in helping women step into the abundant life God has for them. And most importantly, I will still show up here to encourage you, cheer you on, and remind you that you don't have to do this journey alone. Think of this as expanding the table, not moving it. So what is changing? Well, the podcast's name and the branding. You'll see us shifting from the Grace-Filled Leader to Aligned Vitality for Midlife Leaders. The scope of our conversations is changing a bit. We'll be diving into functional health topics like stress, hormones, gut health, nervous system regulation, peptides, and even healthy weight loss. These things aren't separate from other subject matter. They impact and are impacted by your leadership, your relationships, your faith, and some of the practical tools that I'm sharing for whole person wellness will change. I'll be sharing not just leadership and general life strategies, but also the science and faith-based wisdom behind creating energy, improving clarity, and improving resilience in midlife. So why the name Aligned Vitality? Well, because it's about more than just managing symptoms or surviving life and leadership. It's about aligning everything, your health, your leadership, and your spiritual life to God's design and intention so that you can thrive with vitality, with purpose, and with peace. Here's the vision I want you to catch. This isn't just a name change. It's an expansion of the mission. My heart is to help midlife women leaders stop running on empty and start living from a place of overflow, to stop ignoring the quiet warning signs in their health and start addressing them with wisdom and intention, to stop striving for worthiness and instead embrace the abundant life Jesus promised in John chapter 10, verse 10. And now with the additional training and tools that I have and continue to gain as a functional health practitioner, I can help you not just in your leadership role, but in your whole person wellness with data, with testing, with science-based wellness principles so that you can finally experience freedom and vitality in every area of your life. Friend, I believe the best years aren't behind you. They are right in front of you. And this rebrand is one step toward equipping you to step into that with confidence. So here's where you come in. Here's where I need your help. I'm asking you to please pray for me in this transition, that I'd stay faithful to God's direction. Share this podcast with a friend or colleague who needs encouragement in midlife or in their leadership, in their wellness. Send me your feedback. I would love to hear what topics you want me to cover in this next season. And be patient as I update my website and various other assets to create consistency in my brand. And lastly, please stay tuned because the coming episodes are going to be packed with encouragement, practical tools, and the kind of conversations that can truly change the way you live and lead. I want to thank you for being here today and all of the days that have come and all of the days yet to come. Thank you for trusting me with your time and your attention, and thank you for being part of this community because this podcast isn't just about me. It's about us walking this journey together. I cannot wait to step into this new chapter with you. Until next time, my friends, keep leading with grace, keep living with purpose, and get ready to embrace your aligned vitality. Thank you so much for joining me today, my friend. If today's episode encouraged or blessed you, would you please take a minute to leave a rating and written review on Apple Podcast? It means the world to me, and it helps more women like you discover this message of hope and healing. If you're ready to take the next step in your functional health journey, join my interest list at alignedvitalityhealth.com. And remember, this podcast is for educational purposes only. It is not intended to be medical advice, nor is it intended to diagnose or treat disease. Please consult your healthcare provider before making changes to your health. Until next time, I'm Tanya Ingesether, reminding you that healing is possible and your best season is still ahead.